Hey YouTube, Peter the Rational Skeptic here with my first public service announcement. This is for all of you that have your own web domain names registered, or if you work at a place that has a web domain name registered and let's say you're responsible for either renewing that domain or perhaps you're the accountant that pays the bills. You should be aware of this. I got something in the mail here a few days ago. It's from a company called the Registry of Canada. Now, I haven't done business with them in the past, although I do have a couple of domain names registered. But I've seen this scam before. Well, it's not really a scam, but it is an example of a dubious business practice that you would be well served if you were skeptical of it. So inside I get what appears to be an invoice with a convenient return envelope here to send in my check. Check for what, you say? Well, a check to renew my domain name. So it lists on here my, let's see, where does it list? Yes, right at the top there. It lists one of my domain names that I have registered. And it has a date when I have to respond to this invoice. And it has a price for renewal, which is $40 for 1 year, or a discount $70 for 2 years. Or a best value recommendation of $160 for 5 years. Now, this isn't a scam directly. This is probably a real business and really will register my domain name or your domain name. But what you don't know is two things. One, if you register with them, you are now transferring your registration information to this company. And two, they're extremely expensive. $40 for 1 year. Most places a domain name register should be somewhere between $8 and $12 a year. So I'm sure what probably happens at a lot of places, this invoice comes in, it gets handed to accounting pays it because it's not so much that it would trigger any alarm bells or anything. Next thing you know, you're on the hook for this 4 to 5 times more expensive than normal domain name registrar. So Domain Registry of Canada, dubious business practices. If you see this, ask around, be a little bit skeptical. Don't just pay the bill because you're probably helping them rip you off, a company that you've had no prior business dealings with. How do they get your name and get so much information about you? Well, when you registered the domain name with whoever you did the first time, DomainsAtCost or GoDaddy or whatever, that information is public. They trawl that information, pull out your name, your address, and send you what looks like a bill for your domain name. Don't worry, when your domain name is up for renewal, your current registrar will send you a friendly email reminder saying, hey, send us another 10 or 12 bucks for another year. That's what usually happens. This has been a public service announcement by the Rational Skeptic. Thanks, everyone.